Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. Hi, it's Emmy. Welcome back to another MRE-like taste test. Today I'll be tasting this, and this is a Mountain House Breakfast Skillet freeze-dried meal. This is similar to some of the military rations that I had from Sweden, where all of the food was freeze-dried and you add hot water to it. I have a military ration playlist, which I'll put the link down below if you're interested in seeing more of these kind of ration-like tastings. I found this at my local sporting goods store. It is a civilian kind of like ration used for camping and backpacking, but pretty similar to what you would find in a cold weather ration or rations that I had from the Swedish military, where everything was freeze-dried and you just add some boiling water. It has hash browns and scrambled egg mixed with pork, sausage, patty, peppers, and onions. I chose this specifically because I was told that the omelet MRE is the worst tasting MRE, so I want to see if it might hold true for this. This is made by Mountain House. You just remove the oxygen absorber and you add a cup and a half of water. Let it sit for 4 minutes, stir, and let it sit for another 9 minutes before you eat it. It has a little tab here to open. That's what it looks like inside. Interesting. But it does say, if by chance that you forget to remove the oxygen absorber, that you'll be fine. So I'm gonna remove mine. A cup and a half of boiling water. Add that to here. That's what it looks like right there. So let's give that a little stir to make sure everything is moistened. Seal that up. All right, so we'll let that sit for 4 minutes, give it another stir, let it sit for additional 9 minutes, and then we'll serve. Okay, be right back. Okay, now we are back. It has been a final 9 minutes for our meal to cook, and let's give it a taste. So let's unzip this. It is still very piping hot, and indeed, all the moisture looks to be absorbed. And this is supposed to be enough food for 2 people. Let's see. Wow. Now, dumping it out like that, I have to say, is not very appetizing. But I imagine you'd be eating this out of the bag, maybe passing this around to share, because who wants to do dishes when you're backpacking, right? All right, so I poured it out so you guys can see what this looks like. This is a lot of food, and I would say definitely enough for 2 people. I smell the bell pepper in there. It smells pretty appetizing. All right, let's give this a taste. Itadakimasu. It's okay. It has sort of a strange texture. It's simultaneously mushy and spongy and wet. Maybe if I let this sit for a couple more minutes, it would absorb the moisture better, so it wouldn't be so kind of spongy. Like if you were to bite into like a wet sponge, it kind of releases moisture as you chew it. It's kind of odd. But the taste isn't bad. It's very similar to a breakfast casserole. I can definitely taste the egg and the sausage and lots of bell pepper in there. And a little bit smoky. And it's well seasoned. There's enough salt in there. It's the texture that's a little bit weird. But for what it lacks in terms of familiarity and having a sit-down breakfast, it totally makes up for it in terms of convenience. You just add some boiling water to this, just let it sit and it cooks itself. So I think that is brilliant. If I find anything difficult to eat, I always add a little bit of hot sauce and it just seems to magically cure everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm using sriracha. It's one of my favorite standbys. I also have Tabasco. I have so many hot sauces in my refrigerator, but those 2 are my standbys. Let's give this a taste with a little something extra. And that's great. Gives it a little kick of spice, a little injection of garlic. I think what also would make this an improvement is if you had a few tortillas, just throw some tortillas in your bag, just roll this up in there, and then you have a breakfast burrito. Then I feel like it would be something more kind of familiar rather than this kind of yellow mush that you're eating for breakfast, right? So that was the freeze-dried breakfast skillet. I think I would like to try a entree next. I've tried a few in the past, not from Mountain House, but in terms of military rations, and they were not bad. As long as you let them sit long enough, they seem to reconstitute pretty nicely. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope you guys learned something. Don't forget to subscribe, share this video with your friends, follow me on social media, show this video a little bit of love, and I shall see you in my next video. Toodaloo, take care, bye!